Hello, y'all. I am Diana Brienne, and it's Saturday night around 10 o'clock, and I'm going to wait and see if anybody comes on. And I wasn't planning on coming on tonight, and so welcome, Nana's New Normal. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. Thank you. I wasn't planning on coming on tonight. And because my daughter is visiting, she lives just right down the road, but she's spending the night and we had a great day together. So I thought, I don't think I'll come on tonight. So I didn't really let anybody know until about 10 minutes ago. So I'm going to share this out here. And as soon as I share it out, then hopefully that'll give a few people a few moments time to jump on. And tonight it's just a relaxed Saturday night on Grandma's porch. And I kind of wanted to talk about just, life changes, making positive changes for one's life. And that's kind of the theme of my night. I don't know if it'll turn out to be that way, but I was thinking about that. So let me go ahead and share this out. I haven't shared it out yet. And let me go over to YouTube here because I'm actually coming through StreamYard. And let's see here. Let me see. Okay. Now I share it out in three places. I share it out on YouTube. I share it out on my Facebook. And it takes a moment here. So I'm going to do a click. It's just kind of slow. So let's see here. Okay. And I'm going to go Saturday night live stream. Saturday night live now. Jump on. And it's actually very, very hot and muggy out here tonight. I live in the deep south, and it is really, really muggy. Let's see if I can get that live jump on now. Okay, I'll put that one out, and then one more, and then we should probably have it. Okay, one more here. Let's see, live from Grandma's Porch. We'll just say from Grandma's Porch in case someone doesn't know. Jump on. I have two Facebook pages, and one is called Diana Brienne Fairchild's Everyday Words of Wisdom. And let's see, I think that did it. Did it do it? Yep, it did. Okay, got it. Got it. And so my sister lives in St. Simon's Island. Oh, St. Simon's. I love St. Simon's. I love St. Simon's, Nana. St. Simon's is a bigger island than Tybee Island, but Tybee Island is only 2 miles long and about a half a mile wide. Okay, Nana. What is your name under, Nana, so that I know the first name? You can just give me the first name so that I know, because otherwise, if I don't recognize my personal page, it's usually maxed out, and I try to keep it a couple friends under so people can request me. And so I'm really, careful who I bring on, because once it hits 5,000, they won't let people request me. And my public page had about 12,000. It's dropped to about 11,000 because Facebook changed the rules and about 2 years ago, and where no one can see the post unless they click follow first. And of course, no one knew that at the time when they came on my page over there. And so you have to click follow first on the public pages. And that is something new. So I called Facebook up, talked to them, and they said there's nothing we can do about it because it applies to everyone. So if you think about it, most of the business public pages you never see again after you've liked them, because you have to click like first. Hey, JB, welcome. So long story short, I wasn't coming on tonight. This was my family night with my family. My son, you can see he again said, "Hi, Mom. Just checking in." He stopped by for a moment, and he's visiting a friend for the weekend. And he goes to college, but he lives at home. So he's gone for the weekend. My other son, who lives at home, we have like an apartment built onto our house for him because he's in his early 20s, and because he likes his own place. And so he is working. And then my daughter, what was so wonderful today was she just lives about 2 miles down the road, 4 miles down the road. And, this is her first apartment. And so I said, "Would you like to come over and have dinner? Since it's just going to be my husband and I here, why don't you come on over?" And she said, "I'd love that one-on-one time with Mom and Dad." And so she came over and, she did her laundry and a lot of little things she wanted to do. And we cooked together. We made dinner together. And it was wonderful. We eat very healthy, and I want to talk about that tonight. So anyhow, then I picked a movie because, we used to do family movie night. We used to every night read stories to each other, and so we take turns reading. So tonight I decided to pick a movie, and I pick only good movies, stuff that nourishes the mind and the soul. And so I picked the movie called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead #2. Now I've always already seen Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. Excellent movie. The first one, you can get that on YouTube for free. The second one, you have to pay. I think we paid $3.99 through Amazon Prime for 30 days. You get to watch it for 30 days. And I think you can get it on YouTube for $4.99. I think $2.99, $4.99, something like that. Excellent movie. And we'll talk about that hopefully tonight. The movie was just wonderful. So anyhow, we finished the movie about 9:30. She said, "Mom, I'm tired. I think I want to go to bed. I've had a busy day." So my husband went to bed because he golfs. He's a golfer. And so he has another tournament in the morning, and he has to be up early at like 5 o'clock. And so he went to bed early, and he's an early bird. I'm a late bird, but I'm an early bird too. It depends. And so my daughter went to bed, my husband went to bed, my son's not home yet, and my other son's gone. So why not just come on for a couple minutes informally? Nothing specific. So let's see. Nana says, "I sent you okay, Melissa. So your name, okay, got it. Melissa, that's what my daughter's name is. Melissa. I understand. I used to have an Avon page. Yeah, but it really, Nana, it really was very upsetting because I had this huge amount of communication on my public page. I mean, I couldn't answer all the comments because there were so many, but they were wonderful. They were overwhelmingly wonderful. And then one day, it was like they stopped. And I couldn't figure it out. And then when I called Facebook, they said, "Yes, we changed the rules for everybody." So you may see a lot of people that don't do a lot with their public pages. I still do, but because only maybe 100 people out of that 12,000 see my actual posts, and unless they come to the page. So unless they click follow first. So it's very disappointing on that. So I came over to YouTube 5-6 months ago because of that. I just said, forget that. I'm coming over to YouTube. And I came with just only family and friends. I had around 200 on my page because my YouTube was only for family and friends. Now I'm at almost 8,000 in a little over 5 months, 6 months. And so that's pretty fast. And I'm grateful and humbled. And but yeah, they changed it over there. Welcome, Kadag. Um, Kadag, I have mods coming on here in a minute, and this is really not a growth channel. It's a shout out channel. It's an everything channel, but you're very, very welcome to come up here for a few minutes and shout out your channel. The only thing I ask of people is you can't have been drinking, and you have to be polite, and that's it. And but you're very welcome to come up, and I always welcome everyone to come up and shout out their channel for a moment. And then El Salvador, me, Genchi, welcome. JB Rand says, check out the movie What Belly Before Nine's 10th Banjo. Not sure what that is, but I will look it up. Chiliano Original. Thank you for coming. Thank you. And if my son's still here on here, you need to go to bed. My son checks, all my kids check in on me. They check in on mom to see what's going on with mom, like they don't know. Um, but yeah. So today was an interesting day because I got up. My daughter came over. And so that's been really, really nice. And Kadag, yes, and we will drop your link when they come in because I'm through StreamYard. I can't make mods through StreamYard. I have to do it through YouTube. So I'm coming through YouTube through StreamYard, if that makes sense. And so the mods will come in. They should. But then no one knew I was coming on either. But Kadag, you're very welcome to shout out your channel if you'd like to come up for 1 minute. I'll drop the link in a little bit. So it was an interesting day because I got up, I did my 5-mile run. I did not go to the gym because I wanted to spend time with my daughter. And so it was just a very relaxing day. I made a bunch of videos, my 5-minute videos, and the ones I don't put up that day, and usually I put them fresh up out of the oven. The ones I don't, yes, thank you, Nana. Thank you so much. You are so nice. Thank you so much. That's such a compliment, such a compliment. Thank you. Thank you. Um, Thank you, Shadang. Thank you. And, one of the things is here on the lives, there are so many lives going on right now. I mean, so many. I mean, it's just like every one of my friends are doing a live right now. So it's kind of hard. I come on at 10 o'clock at night, whether all my friends are on or nobody's on, it doesn't matter. I just come on because we all kind of have to step on each other's toes, so to speak, if we want to come on. There's no way that we can pick a perfect time. So I just come on at 10 o'clock at night if I'm coming on, and I'm pretty consistent. I may take a day off now and then, but I come on, even if it's just for a couple minutes, even if it's just for a few minutes. Now, 2 nights ago, I was on for 2 hours. Last night, I was on for probably 40 minutes. So it just depends. If others jump up with me, I stay longer. I had some really interesting guests this week. I had Jillian Coleman Wheeler, who is a therapist, and she was magnificent. I had Marie from Singing for the Creator, and she sang hymns for us. I've had Diane artfully Diana up here. So I've had so many amazing people. Plus, I've had the shout outs come up, people who shouted out their channel, which is wonderful. So yeah, today was an interesting day. So I did my videos, put a couple up, spent time with my family, and it was just a nice day. Just a nice, nice day. Nana says, I like what you said about being selfish at times because it took me a long time to learn that. You're talking about the 5-minute video. Yeah, I do. I put up about 5 or 6 5-minute videos on specific wisdom topics that I'm inspired in the morning when I wake up. I write them all here on my little scribble notes that you can see right here. And that was one of them. I'm being selfish. And we think of selfish as a very, very bad thing. You're selfish. We were told as a child not to be selfish. And I have to tell you that as a child, we're taught not to be selfish. But it's important to be selfish, not self-centered. Self-centered people tend to be unhappy people. But you've got to be selfish to the degree that you take great care of yourself. Because if you don't, you're not going to take great care of anybody. You're not going to have good relationships. You're not going to have good finances. You're not going to have good anything. You're not going to be good on your job. And you're going to probably make other people miserable if you're unhappy. So the thing about being selfish is there's good selfish and bad selfish. And we all know what bad selfish is like. I know a lot of people that are bad selfish. It's me, 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 me. We're not talking about that kind of selfish. We're talking about taking care of you and learning to say no. Even sometimes saying no to good things. I get invited a lot to things, and I can't do it. I'm a full-time college student at 63 years old. I'm 63. Went back to college last year. My goal is to go to law school, and I make straight A's. I'm on the dean's list again. I just finished my summer semester, and so I've got summer break right now for 2.5 weeks, and then I start back up for fall, which is going to be very, very heavy load, but I'll still come on at 10 because that's kind of my thing, and I can do that with the 10 o'clock schedule. I can't come on during the day anymore because it's going to be too busy. But so I take care of me so that I can take care of my family, the people I love, and so I can celebrate with them. I want to be around for my family. I don't want to die like half of my friends have, and the other half are pretty broken. I want to be healthy. I run. I don't take any medicines other than, a few supplements like garlic and turmeric. And what do I take? Garlic, turmeric, cinnamon. I take a few light supplements, not many. Drink a lot of water. I juice. That's why I like the movie tonight called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead 2. And I saw one back in 2011, and that was when I started juicing green juices. So I juice every day. And I do raw vegetables. I do greens. People say, "What's your beauty secret? You've had facelifts. You've had so many facelifts." No, I haven't. I had one mini lift at age 39. That was what, 25, 26 years ago. It didn't work. It didn't do anything. I was so extremely disappointed, and extremely, because it didn't change me. But then probably I didn't need anything. So why would it change me? So what I've done since then is I just take meticulous care of who I am. And I take meticulous care of my body, and I juice, and I do everything. Nana says you'll live to 150 the way you're going. I don't know. I hope so. I wish, you know, um, this movie, I recommend it. I recommend both of them. The first one's free on YouTube, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. And if you haven't seen it, see that first before you see the second one. The second one is really, really great. And I really enjoyed it. And I'm going to watch it again. Maybe when after I get off of here tonight, before I go to bed, I'll watch a little bit more again. I juice every day. I juice green juices. Primarily for me, I primarily do celery, spinach, all the green stuff. And so my secret, I've got a couple health things that I do. I juice every day. I drink a lot of water. I do run 5 miles a day. Sometimes it's a slow run, but other times it's faster, just whatever I can do that day. But I do 5 miles, 2.5 miles to Dairy Queen. I don't stop there. And then 2.5 miles back. And every day, rain or shine. And I do normally I go to the gym normally every day, 3 hours a day. Now, I'm not recommending that. That sounds extreme, but I'm just saying that's what I do. That's what works for me. And because I'm so busy now, I can't go to the gym as much, but I do get there probably 3, 4 times a week. Nana says, I just changed my diet 2 weeks ago and started taking vitamins and milk thistle. Yes, I used to take milk thistle. My goal is to lose 60 more pounds and get off metformin. Nana, I hope you watch Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. You're going to be inspired. We need a support system, and we need encouragement. It's so easy to fall into wrong habits, especially when the people around us all have wrong habits. Our health starts at home, and how we take care of ourselves, it's up to us. It's up to us. And so my home is a place that my kids know that there's not going to be garbage food here. I mean, we have fun. We have birthday cake. We have stuff like that. But overall, my kids know we make everything from scratch. Yesterday, my daughter called me from her apartment. She said, "Mom, I want to Google Duo you," which is like FaceTime. And she says, "Mom, remember the noodles you always make homemade out of flour and eggs and water and salt?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "I'm making them. I want to show you. I'm so proud of myself." So she Googled Duo'd me, and she showed me she was slicing the noodles and she was putting them in hot boiling water. So we cook everything from scratch. And it's a family thing or whatever, because there's something in the preparation process that makes you think about what's going in your body. So I do raw, a lot of raw vegetables. I juice. I'm vegan for the most part. Sometimes I'm vegetarian. I go between vegetarian and vegan, but very rarely do I have a piece of meat. And if I do have a piece of meat, welcome, Leslie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I what I do is I if I go to someone's house, if I come to your house and you're serving meat, I'm going to have meat. Okay. I'm not so strict that I'll say, oh no, I can't have it. No, if we go out to a restaurant, I pretty much eat what I want. If I can't find what I want vegan on there, then I have, but I eat healthy. And I think that when you eat healthy, you feel good. You feel clean. You feel clean inside. And so I eat healthy and I exercise. My other big secret is I sleep an extra hour more than I used to. And so a lot of people ask me to come live on their stream in the morning, and they're used to me coming live and saying, hey, jump up on screen with me. Well, I haven't been doing so much of that lately because I get up an hour later now. And so after I have my spirit time, which is 1 hour in bed with my cup of coffee, and I do drink coffee, and I think for me, I love coffee. And so I have my coffee, I have my spirit time. That's where I get all my wisdom. And then I come out, and I usually come out after I brush my teeth and have like a whole routine with the coconut swishes and the wheatgrass and I do the whitening of my teeth, and I do all the whole bit. I have one of those vibrating toothbrushes, and I do that whole bit. So it's like a 15-minute ordeal just to brush my teeth. And then I come out and I sit down at the kitchen computer that used to be my son's homeschool computer. Now it's his college computer, but when he's not using it, I sit down there and I check my emails, and then I jump on YouTube and check everything there. But I get on people's lives in the stream, but then they say, come on up. And I'm like, I'm in my pajamas. I'm not camera ready, you know. So I did a video called Not Camera Ready. And half of my 5-minute videos are not camera ready. All you have to do is go watch them to see I'm not camera ready. And like my husband, when he wants my son to empty the garbage can, we have one of those pull out garbage cans. And he will open it, leave it open, so my son knows it's time to empty the garbage. Well, I forget, I don't see it, and I go do the whole video, and then there's a garbage can open in the video. So I can say, okay, this message was really good, but do I need to throw it out because the garbage can is open? I just put it up anyhow. I don't worry about it. I really, really don't worry about whether the garbage can is open or whether I'm camera ready. Welcome, Ayika Montabala. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Leslie, me, thank you. And so I have 3 young adult kids, and they're all, one's 20, one's 21, one's 22. Boom, boom, boom. 21, 20, 21, 22. And one has a birthday this week, the end of the week, and he'll be 23. He's the one that's got the apartment attached to our house because we built like an apartment to our house because he wanted his own place. So we said, okay. And so I have 3 young kids, 3 young adult kids. Seems like they were babies yesterday. I love being a mom. Being a mom has been the best thing in the world. I enjoyed every single moment of it. I stopped my life. I stopped everything else in my life so I could be a mom and a wife. And that was it. That was my dream, was to be a mom and a wife. And I enjoyed that journey. 30 years of marriage. And now my kids are all grown up. And my kids still constantly call me, Mom, Mom. Even though they live at home, they call me and jump on my live streams. So, but I love being a mom. And so I want to be healthy. I want to be around for my kids. I want to be around for my kids. I want to take care, I want to be around if they need me, because my daughter, she took suddenly sick 2 years ago. She's fine now, but she had major life-saving emergency surgery. It was she had what was called portal vein thrombosis. I did a whole video on it. It's called portal vein occlusion. And it was like a blood clot in her portal vein. And it would just suddenly was horrible. And long story short, at the time I was 60, as a 60-year-old woman following the ambulance 2 hours away to a major university hospital where I had never been in the whole area at 2 o'clock in the morning, following behind the ambulance. I got lost. I beat the ambulance there, and I went to the wrong building at 2 o'clock in the morning. I had to park my car, go under these tunnels carrying suitcases, the whole bit. And that's pretty, you have to be in pretty good shape at 60 years old to endure all that. And I had to live pretty much in the hospital for, next to her bedside. I slept there. So it was pretty rough. And I think had I not been in the shape that I was, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did. So I take care of me so I can take care of the people I love, but also so I can celebrate, with the people that I love. Because I want to be there for the good times. I want to be there for the weddings and the grandchildren and all of that. All of that. I want to be there. I want to be there. I love my family. And my mama, you know, my mama is passed now. But even after she passed, when I got sick 10 years ago, y'all know that story called brain aneurysm. Cynthia King, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming. When I got sick 10 years ago, it was a suddenly thing. And I was, long story short, I'll fast forward it. I had run into a wooden hanger a couple months prior, smacked it into my eye, knocked me to the ground. Anybody should have died from that blunt force trauma or at least been blinded, but I was neither. But I started developing symptoms, but we didn't connect it to that. And really bad symptoms, dizziness, like the floor was coming up on me. I mean, I was choking, heart palpitations that wouldn't stop. I mean, just the list of symptoms I had were endless. And I had 17 doctors. And it wasn't until doctor number 17 who listened to the dream that my mother had come to me. My mother came to me in a dream, and I'd been sick for about 4 months, really sick, real sick. And they couldn't figure it out. And my mother came to me in a dream, and she said she was just real upset. And I was laying on a gurney in a cafeteria waiting to go in for surgery. And she said, you've got to get into surgery. I'm upset with the doctors. They need to give you surgery now. And I said, why? And she said, you have a lesion on the left side of your brain. I didn't know what really a lesion would be. I thought it was cancer. So anyhow, I went into the emergency room in the middle of the night, and I said to the doctor 17, I said, my mom told me I have a lesion on the left side of the brain. He said, is your mom a doctor? I said, no, she's passed on to the other side. And he said, wow. So he said, I'm going to put you in a CAT scan, something they had never done. Nobody had done. All the 16 doctors never did. And he put me in a CAT scan, came back, and he said, ma'am, we've got to keep you. You have a lesion on the left side of your brain, just like your mother said. And the rest, it took me about a year to get better, but my mom was always with me. And so moms are so important, moms and dads, equally important. And kids need their parents. They really, really do. You don't have to be a perfect parent, okay? You do not have to be perfect. You just have to be the best that you can be. That's it. Kids don't need you to be perfect. And they don't need you to be their friend because they got enough friends. They need you to be their parent. I'm their mom, but I'm a fun mom. My kids think I'm the most fun mom in the world. I'm fun, and I'm funny. I'm funny all the time. I do funny things. I make them laugh. I make them laugh. And, I was the kind of mom that got down on the floor, even though I was in my 40s, and my kids were little, and I would give them piggyback rides all throughout the house, all my kids. And I remember carrying all three of my kids. They were small. They were like 1, 2, and 3. I had all three of them in my arms carrying them, wonderful times, wonderful memories. Being a mom, being a dad, best role in the world. Is it easy? Nope. It's one of the hardest roles in the world too, but it's one of the best. So I want to talk a little bit about, it's me, Rosa. Thank you. It's me, Rosa, for coming. Thank you. Oh, that's great, Nana. That's great. That's wonderful. I think just enjoy your life and think about what kind of changes would you like to make in your life? Maybe you don't want to make any changes. Maybe everything is perfect the way it is. And if it's perfect the way it is, then you don't need to make any changes. But most people can't say that. Even me, I'm always working. I'm always refining. Mine's more about refining because I'm at a place where I don't need to make any changes. I just need to make tweaking, refining. I'm always refining my life now. I'm at that stage at 63. I'm very happy with what my life is and where I'm at and what I'm doing, you know. And I make YouTube videos. I paint. I'm an artist, so I paint every day. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I dance. I exercise. I run. I do YouTube videos. I do all the silly stuff. I come on here and make wisdom videos because that's my gift. We all have a gift. You have a gift. I have a gift. Our gifts may not look the same, but you have your gift. Same. We all have equal gifts. The surgeon has a gift. The plumber has a gift. The electrician has a gift. Everybody has a gift. Everybody's important. The person who waits on you at the restaurant is got a gift of hospitality. you know when we get involved in the wrong gift, that's not our gift, that's where we find unhappiness and we don't do well. But when we embrace our own unique gift that's given to us, whatever it happens to be, that's where we'll succeed. So a lot of people get involved with gifts that are not theirs, and they meet up with unhappiness because it's not their gift. It's not their gift. Okay. I'm going to put, let me get my glasses back on here. I'm going to put, um, Nana asked me, Nana, I don't know. I'm just inspired to do that. I want to be a voice. I'm very, very, I'm a great advocate. Okay. You can't, it's hard to be your own advocate because when I was sick, it was very difficult to be my own advocate, even though I was a great advocate and I'm very verbal. Um, People, when you're vulnerable, you need someone else to be your advocate because often people will try to talk down to you, diminish you. So everyone needs an advocate. And so I feel, in answer to your question, Nana, I feel that, thank you, Nana. Thank you. I'm just a mom. I'm a happy mom. And, God gave me the gift of wisdom, compassion, love. I care about people. I want to see people be happy and live their best life. And I think people are often their own worst enemy. People blame other people for how circumstances turn out, but it's often the person, they're making their own choices. And they're making choices to be listen to wrong influences, wrong suggestions, wrong people. I did a video today. I don't know if I put it up or not, but it was about yeah, I did. It's about when things go wrong, when things go right. And when things go wrong, it's often linked to a person. And when things go right, it's often linked to a person because it's whose voice we're listening to. Where are we getting our information? Where are we getting our information? And so I think through things before I make major decisions. I gather information. I find informed, accurate people because not all information is accurate. Most information is inaccurate. At least bits and pieces of it are inaccurate. And you can have one broken piece of information that can wreck all the good information. So you got to have all your information in line. And so I try to make really great decisions and the best I can, the best I can. And even great decisions take work. So back to taking care of my health. I do juice, and I love that movie tonight. It just was such a great movie. Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead too. I really enjoyed it, and I'm going to watch it again. I think I watched the first one like 50 times, but I do. I have like 10 juicers, and let me tell you my secret about juicers. I've got the Jack LaLanne juicers, which are really good, and I got a couple other ones that are really good. And let me tell you what I paid for them. $1. $1. Now I have the best, lovingly call it a junk store, but they are like they're not consignment centers. They're like thrift shops that donate all to the local needy and homeless, and they're all donations. People buy juicers and they never use them. So they donate them there, and they have like abundance of juicers, and they usually like sell them for $1. So I've got like, actually I probably have at least, I know at least 10, maybe 20 juicers up in the attic. And so when one breaks, I just, get another one. So I juice. And then I take the pulp, and like my celery pulp, or my watermelon pulp, I reuse that. I make sure all the string is out of it, and I make burgers out of it. With I use flour, I use an vegan egg type of substance, and I use something called bulgar. It's a grain, and I put onion and garlic and all that, and I fry them just in a little tiny bit of olive oil, and they are so, so, so good. So good. Lulu and Laura, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so very much for coming. Thank you. And so, it comes down to, what do you want your life to look like? And what are you willing to give to make it happen? A great life takes work. I can tell you, getting out there in 100-degree weather, which is what it is here, and humidity like you would not believe, every day at 63 years old, and doing a 5-mile run, I have to tell you, is not easy. It's not easy. Okay, it's not easy. But I love it. I love it. I'm the only one half the time out on the trail. There is one other lady who's 62 who's out there too, and she's been out there pretty much every day. I have great running shoes. I bought all brand new running shoes because I was having some problems with my foot, and I went to the podiatrist and all that, but he told me that my running shoe is the best running shoe out there. And it's called New Beyonds or New Bounders or New something like that. I have to think, I can't even remember because I never had them before. And I just kind of by mistake ordered them online, and I ended up ordering 6 pairs. They are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, you have to decide what you want your life to look like. What do you want your life to look like? And Dila Galero, welcome, welcome, welcome to you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you being here. And you're new, first time. We're just talking, kind of chit-chatting. I wasn't planning on coming on tonight because my daughter is visiting, but everybody went to bed early, so I thought, well, I'll go ahead and come on anyhow. I'll just come on anyhow. And so, yeah, I believe just take care of your body, take care of your mind, take care of your soul. Take care of your soul. I look at the soul as the thermostat of our lives. My soul, I take care of it. I don't put garbage in my soul. That's why I don't watch TV, because there's so much trash on TV. And I listen to specific radio or specific songs, but I don't listen to garbage music. And like if I'm driving down the road and someone pulls up next to me and they've got garbage music on, I roll up my windows. I just don't want to hear it. I'm very protective of my body, my mind, and my soul. Very protective. And I think we have to be, because otherwise we can trash who we are. And so many people trash their life with all kinds of filth. The food, think about it. We've become so normalized to fast food that we think it's healthy. We think processed food is healthy. We become normalized. Be careful what you become normalized to. Make sure you're normalized to good, great habits, not to bad habits. Okay, think about the food that you're eating. Think about how you're treating your body. Think about what you're putting in your body. Think about what you're putting in your mind. Think about what you're putting in your soul. Think about what you're putting in your relationships. People say, well, my relationship is broken. I've got a broken relationship. Well, first of all, turn your words around. You have a great relationship that you want to start working on. See the difference? You can, when you go to your husband or wife and say, let's work on our problems. You could change that and say to your husband or wife, Let's work on our great marriage. You see the difference? Word power. I'm very selective in the words I use, over my children, over my husband, over my friends, over me, over me. I look in that mirror in the morning without my makeup, with my vibrating toothbrush, and I say, you are fabulous. I say that at least 3 times every morning. You are amazing and you are fabulous. And when you begin to generate that self-talk in your life, you're going to see major changes. Just look in that mirror and look yourself in the eyes and say, I am amazing. I am fabulous. Because you are. You are. You just got to change how you talk to yourself. How you talk to yourself. And be your own best friend. I love my own company. I love being me. I love being me. Actually, when I thought I was going to die 10 years ago because I was really sick, with what they call the brain aneurysm. And when I thought I was going to die, number one, my biggest concern was for my kids because they were small. My second thing was I didn't want to lose me. I loved being Diana Brienne. And I think everyone should love being who they are. Everyone. I didn't want to lose my story. I didn't want to lose who I was and who I was going to be. And so I'm here for that reason. I'm here to tell my story. A lot of stories, too. Believe me, in this 63-year-old body, I've had a lot of stories. And some great ones. I could tell you some great, great, great stories. Great stories. Fun stories. I could tell you a lot, and I have told you a lot. So just kind of stick around or go back to my 5,000 videos, And yeah, Griselle, welcome. Welcome, Griselle. Let me get my glasses on again. That's the only thing about being 63 is that you can't always see. Bert Fly, welcome. Cynthia King. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cynthia got it right. New Balance. And I went to 2 different podiatrists, and guess what they told me? Guess what they told me? New Balance. I'm not advocating, I'm not promoting anybody. They told me this. They said New Balance was the best shoe on the market. That's what they said. Because I said, you know how they have the shoes in the podiatrist's office? And I said to them, do you think I should buy a pair of your shoes? They said, no, you've got the best out there. New Balance. New Balance. Fantastic. I didn't want any of the other brands. Lisa B., welcome, welcome. Thank you, Artfully Blind. I saw you on Un's channel today. Oh, yes. Thank you for being here. And, I appreciate you all being here. I really do. Jelly O Galero Lepato, welcome. And I'm going to drop the link because I would like, if someone would like to come up for a moment and shout out your channel. Okay. Like I said, I didn't plan on coming on tonight. And let me put that in there. Is that right? I think it is. Let me see. I think that is right. I think it's right. Okay, if anyone would like to come up and say hi on Grandma's Porch, you sit on here with me on Grandma's Porch for a few minutes, and you can tell us what your channel is. Nana says, I used to eat McDonald's once a week, not anymore. You know what? Just watch that movie, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead #2. And you know what? I'm not doing fast food. I don't do fast food. I will tell you, if I get really desperate for a piece of meat because, I don't eat meat because of being vegan, I will go to Burger King and get their Impossible Whopper, which is all processed, and I don't like processed food. But I have to tell you, oh my gosh, it is the best. It's all made from vegetables. It's non-meat. It's not meat. It tastes like the real deal. It is out of this world. The only thing I don't like is usually it's not completely hot, and I like my burgers hot. So I bring it home, put it in the microwave, and eat it then. I said, we eat it at home. And I have to tell you, the Impossible Whopper, it it is just out of this world. But it's processed. So I only do that maybe like once a month or so, something like that. And so yeah, yeah. But it's all about taking care of you, and you don't have to be perfect. We all have flaws. We all have things. Diane came up here, Artfully Blind with Diana, and she talked about how she has, I guess it's called impaired vision, and yet she's a very successful, thriving artist who's lived a very amazing life. And we all have things. We all have things. I made it through what they said was a brain aneurysm. And, you know, we all have things that have gone on in our lives. You live long enough, you're going to have something. Okay. And you just tell your story. You don't have to tell all the details if you don't want. People who tell their story, some people share every single detail, and I think that's wonderful and amazing. And that helps many people relate and heal, as well as, sharing their story for their own selves. But sometimes you share bits and pieces of your story. You don't have to share everything. Sometimes you could share just how you overcame obstacles and the techniques that you used. you know Sometimes we think we have to, if we tell our story, we have to tell all of our story. You don't have to tell everything. You tell what you want to tell. You tell what you're comfortable telling. Okay. That's the best way. That's my rule of thumb. And not everybody deserves our story. So you have to remember, you do what's best for you. You do what's best for you. And but I think thank you, Nan. I love your stories. Thank you. I have a lot of them. I used to tell my LA stories. When I was a young in my early 20s, living in LA, and I had a boyfriend, and I lovingly call him young doctor in love. Young doctor in love. He was like 20. Let's see how old I was. I was 22, and he was 25 or maybe 26. He was one of those interns at the time. He became a very successful doctor. He's pretty well known in LA now. And, so we were madly in love, And so I have all my LA stories. And, they were in my 20s. So that was a totally different era. And I talk about when my husband and I lived in Europe and all the wonderful experiences. I don't give names because, one of the things, I don't kiss and tell, but, I talk about my LA days, and, that I dated different well-known people, very well-known. And, I'll recognize the names. And that was years ago. And I met wonderful people. And so I had a really interesting early 20s, I would say early 20s, mid 20s. And then I moved to Palm Springs. So I had I've lived so many lives in one, I can't keep up. Then I became married, and I've been married around 30 years, and I have 3 beautiful children, and I love my life. And I have grandma's porch. And it all started on grandma's porch. We grew up on grandma's porch. And it's funny how life just kind of makes one big circle, one big circle. And Bert Fly, I think is, I don't have my glasses. So, but I guess no one wants to come up with me tonight. Everybody's shy tonight. Everybody's shy. No one wants to shout out their channel. Anybody wants to come up, I put the link in there. You're welcome to come up and say hi and shout out and say what your channel is about. But I understand too, because you know what? When I'm getting up in the morning and I'm not even fully awake, and I go on some of these lives, and believe me, I am not camera ready at that point. I'm not even awake. I'm in my pajamas. I go in my pajamas on some of these lives. I have to tell you, I do. And I'm thinking, I'm not awake yet. I'm not awake. And so I gotcha. I understand. Sometimes you just don't feel like it, or you're tired. You're at the end of the day, But I come on here like tonight. I wasn't coming on. And I've been on every day for, I don't know, quite a while now. And I wasn't coming on because I have my daughter here, and but she went to bed early and my husband went to bed early. And like I said, my other son's visiting his friend and my other son is working. So I thought, you know what? I just finished the movie. I was so excited about the movie, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead 2. I love, love, love the movie. And I wanted to share it all with you, because I've been living the juicing lifestyle for quite some time. I live the vegan lifestyle, the vegetarian lifestyle. It's vegan/vegetarian. And I do raw foods. I exercise. So I wanted to kind of come on here and just talk about my journey with eating healthy and taking care of 63-year-old me. So, sometimes I have like when I do my 5-minute videos, they're specific topics, and I'll talk about those. But when I come on live, I'm winging it. This is not scripted. And I never know, what I'm going to talk about or who's going to come on. Some nights I have a lot of people up here with me, lots of people. And last night and tonight, nobody, nobody wants to come on. I guess nobody wants to jump on here and be, everybody's shy. So, and that's fine too. So just don't mind me rambling on and on and on here. So, but yeah, so you just have to find what works for you in your life. And glad you love talking to you and listening to your wisdom. Thank you, Nana. Thank you so much. Birdfly, I'm doing great. I really am. I'm humbled and I'm grateful in my life. I live, I grew up poor. Y'all heard my story growing up poor we were the poor family. And I mean, we were the poor family in a poor town. Okay. That's how poor we were. And I love to tell my poor people stories. I know how to, I put my husband and I, when we first moved to Europe, I put my husband and I on a $75 a month grocery budget. He said, we can't make it on $75. I said, we're going to make it on $75. So we decided to drive. We had our American green pickup truck and we decided to drive to Italy. So we took our green pickup truck all the way down to Italy. And I packed picnic baskets of homemade food, some of like homemade bread with, at the time I wasn't vegan, bacon, egg sandwiches. We ate all the way. I remember sitting, one of my most beautiful, memorable moments was in the country of Liechtenstein. Beautiful mountains. We pulled over our truck. We pulled the back little thing down, and we sat on the back, eating from the picnic basket, looking at the mountains in Liechtenstein. And I did that on $75 a month. So growing up poor had its benefits. I know how to cook pork, and I can cook delicious pork. And homemade noodles, fried green tomatoes, fried pickles. I know how to cook healthy. And thank you, Bert. Thank you. You are, it says, I'm good, Miss Diana. I am here now at my work. Oh, you're working on Saturday. Well, that's good. That's good. You have a job that you can kind of come on and say hi to people. That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And if you love your job, that's another thing. Oh my gosh. Love where you're at. Love where you live. Love where you work. Love the people that you're around. If you don't love it, then you need to find a way to fix the environment so that you can love it. And if you can't fix it, for me personally, I feel like it would be time to move on at some point. You can't always just up and quit a job. You can't just necessarily do that. But I've had jobs that were spectacular in my life, spectacular. And I've told stories about those. And I've had jobs that I absolutely disliked. And a job that you dislike will wear on you. And a job that you love will not be a job. It will be fun. And I've had jobs that they could have paid me nothing and I would have gone to them. I love those jobs. So make sure you love your job. You're happy with your relationships. Invest in your relationships. Re-energize your old relationships. Pump new energy, positive words into your relationships. Pump your relationships up in the most positive way that you can by using positive words over your relationships. Reinvest in your relationships. You know, after 30 years, I still give my husband a back rub. I gave him a back rub last night, you know, and tonight he gave me a little bit of a back rub. And, you know, do little things for your spouse. Get up when they come in the room if you've not seen them all day. Give them a hug. Give your honey a hug. Give them a kiss. And when your kids, you know, greet your kids when they come home. And when they go to leave, say, hey, I love you. There's never a time that I don't tell my kids that I love them. I love my kids. I always let them know. And they always say, Mom, we love you. I love you, Mom. Love you, Mom. Love you, Mom. So always re-energize your old relationships. Bring new life into your old relationships. Those relationships that's been around a long time that you've got a lot of investment in. Don't get complacent. You know, don't get complacent. Refuel those relationships with positive words and get healthy together. Get your family on board of being healthy. You can't make them do it, but when you start out and they start watching you, you know, people kind of follow. They go, well, Mom's being healthy. Mom's out there working out. Mom's going to the gym. Mom's eating healthy. I think I will too. My husband and I both eat healthy. We both work out. He's a workout machine too. He's 5 years younger than me. I married a younger man. I married a younger man 30 years ago. I did. I did. And so he's 5 years younger. I'm 63, so that makes him 58, 57, 58, I think. Yeah. Yeah. But we both work out. We both work out. We both take care of our health, you know, and we're fun. We have fun together. Have fun in your relationships. Bring back fun. You know, who wants somebody that's always grouchy? If you're grouchy, maybe you need to change that a little bit. You know, you might need to change it. Diana says, you'll never work a day in your life if you love your job. Absolutely. And hello, I talk. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Um, I talk. When are you doing your live stream? When are you going to do your live stream? My schedule's so crazy, but I would love to come on. And then if I'm there, I'd be happy to come up. You know, it just, I can't kind of plan ahead too much because I have so much good stuff going on that, you know, but I would love that. You just let me know. You just let me know. Let me know. And I'm on Facebook. So um, I'm on Facebook. You know, if you send a message to my personal page, I won't get it unless I go to that other inbox that we never check. But if you send it to the Diana Brienne Fairchild Everyday Words of Wisdom, there's only one inbox over there. And I do check that every day or so, a couple of days. And so I would get the message. So if you message me, okay. Hey, Paul, welcome, welcome. And your friend Diana is here. Good evening, Diana Brienne. Very inspiring words. Thank you, Paul. And I was talking about you earlier. I was in someone else's stream, and I just was talking about how you and Diana inspired me. You're both such inspiring, amazing people. Everyone here has an amazing story. You may not know it, but God gives us all a story. He gives us all a story. And your story is not going to look like mine. Mine's not going to look like yours. But you have your own unique life journey and your own unique life story. Okay, you do. God puts you here. He has purpose for you. There's purpose. You may not know what your purpose is, but you've got purpose. Okay, I believe our divine purpose unfolds constantly throughout our lives. Some of them seem to be great big and we know right away. You know, we can talk to somebody for 1 minute. There could be somebody on here that I may inspire, never see again, and it could change their life for the better. Or someone may inspire me and I may never see them again. And that was their divine assignment for that moment. You can have huge divine assignments, small divine assignments that last a lifetime, and divine assignments that last a moment. But we're all here for purpose. We're all here. And our divine assignments are here to help others. To help. It's always linked to helping others. Okay. Always linked to help others. Yep. Yep. I don't drink. I don't drink. I don't, I'm not against it. I just don't, because I don't want to put on the calories, plus it would make me sleepy. And so, a lot of people come on these lives and they've got a couple glasses of wine in them, and I would be falling asleep if I did. iChalk says, we have the same niche, more on motivation. Your words are really inspiring. I just want Filipino audiences to hear your positive mindset. I would love that, iChalk. iChalk, I don't know what your Facebook name is. So if you friend me over there, I kind of need to know what your first name is. I know Melissa Nana. I'm going to, when I get off of here, when I go to my Facebook, I will accept her friend request. But I get so many friend requests. I mean, so I have to kind of know who someone is, because I only have like a handful that, they only allow you 5,000 friends. And then they cut it off and they don't let people request you. So I kind of try to keep it under 5. And so I have to kind of know who someone is before I let them on now. And so, yeah, so just let me know. I'd love to do that. I don't know what I talk about, because when I do a live, I just ramble in a good way. I just kind of get on here and I just talk. In my wisdom videos, I'm specific. And I keep them at about 5 minutes or less. Sometimes they go over, but not usually. And, but on the lives, I just wing it. I just wing it. Just wing it. Sometimes in life, you got to wing it. You know that? And you got to, I could come on here. A lot of people say, I don't want to do a live. I don't think I look perfect. You know what? I don't feel perfect tonight, but I feel perfect being me. So, I mean, I don't have to come on here and be perfect for anybody. I'm just me. And so you just have to be you. Just you. Well, Paul, that's good. They used to call me Motor Mouth. Motor Mouth. iChalk says, our purpose is to let others feel who God really is. That divine being is loving. We are all pieces of God. That's perfectly spoken. Thank you so much, iChalk. Artfully Blind with Diana says, thank you for inspiring me to work out again. Past 3 days, I've walked 3 miles each day. Oh my gosh, that's wonderful, Diana. I'm out there and you're out there and we're out there. You don't have to do what I do. Don't compare yourself and don't compare your workout to anybody else. You compare it to you, what's right for you. And I think getting out there, I dance. Do you know, I put rock and roll music from the 60s and 70s, mostly from the 70s. I like the 70s music, the disco. And I put that on in my kitchen. And I put my stiletto high heels because it's good for my legs. It builds my muscles. And I put my stilettos on and I dance almost every day for 20, 30 minutes to rock and roll. And so I do in the house. If someone looked through my windows, they go, what's she doing? So yeah. Thank you, iChalk. Or you can message me over on Diana Brienne Fairchild's Everyday Words of Wisdom. You can do that too. However you want to do it is fine with me. It's fine. I'll get it either way. Sometimes I don't always check my messages, so it may take me a day or two, but I'll get back. So, anybody like to come up tonight? Anybody at all? So, there's so many people that do these lives. And, I'm humbled if anybody jumps on here with me because there's so many to choose from. And I'm not a growth channel per se. You can grow on my channel, but I'm more of getting to know each other. We all kind of get to know each other. We see each other again and again in the stream. Sometimes people come up and we all get to kind of just connect with each other as real people. So I'm not really a growth channel, and a lot of people want to grow their channels, so they're on growth channels. But I am a shout out channel. I'll shout you out, but I'll shout you out so that people will know who you are, rather than just being a subscriber. You are now a friend, and you're now a person. So I like to get to know. My channel is more about getting to know people and getting to know who they are. And I don't call people subscribers because I don't have subscribers. I have friends. I have friends. Okay. Um, Thank you, Nana. Thank you. And you know what, Nana? I'm probably going to go too because no one decided to come up, which is fine. And I will likely come on tomorrow night. I will likely. And sometimes, you know what? I might be on here 20 minutes, might be on here 2 hours. I never know. Now it says I've been on here an hour and 5 minutes. And so I think I'm going to go relax a little bit too and sit out here on grandma's porch for a little bit and go in and do my meditation, my prayers, and just relax. So I want to thank you all for coming here tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I pretty much come on every night at 10 o'clock. And, if I skip a night, I skip a night. It's just, I have family or, just want to, have a night off. But most nights I'm here. I like to be consistent. And so I just want to thank all of you so very, very much for coming here, And Glade number 3, thank you. Thank you. We're kind of summing up here now. I've been on a little over an hour and Saturday night, and I think a lot of people are just ready for bed. And get that extra hour of sleep if you can. It will really change your life. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. But that extra hour of sleep makes a big difference. Okay. Well, I pray blessings over all of you. I pray wonderful, amazing blessings and favor. And so, from my house to your house, thank you, Lisa B. From my house to your house, may God always bless you. I hope to talk to y'all soon again. Good night.